why did I even want to have packages available? When you go out on your own for the first time, you no longer have a paycheck. You're kind of working client to client. So I was like, as fast as money was coming in, I felt like it was going out. So it was really hard for me to plan out like bills and things like that. So I was asking myself, how can I get like increased cash flow, but also like have kind of a paycheck again? Hey guys, welcome back to the Rebel Show with Bree Mesquit. I'm Bree Mesquit, and today I actually have a little bit more of a practical and tactical, ooh, that rhymed, that was fun, show for you today. I'm going to be going over how I personally set up my memberships and my packages when I went solo and how they worked for me in building my clientele. So let's first start with packages. So you always want with new people, it's really important to create scarcity and urgency. So anytime I had a new client come in, first of all, I had a new client incentive because I was so confident in my technique and in my customer service and just like the overall experience that I provided for them, that I knew once they came in, they experienced the service, me, my business, that they would want to continue to come back. So to incentivize people to come in and book their first appointment with me, I do actually half off of their first Brazilian. So that was something I advertised, was half off your first Brazilian. And then I also would offer a free brow wax for their first time. It cost me very little in product, and it didn't take me much time at all. And again, I was so confident in my service, confident in the overall experience. I knew they would want to come back for more. So those were my incentives to get people in through the door. Once they were in, then I would have a package deal specifically just for new clients. So it would be buy two, get one for free. So you always want to try to push new clients to coming back a total of 4 times because number one, it takes about 3 to 4 services to sync up your hair growth cycles. So that's when they're going to start really achieving the best results. So that was number one reason why I set it up this way. Secondly, was that once they have experienced 3 to 4 weeks, or 3 to 4 appointments, I'm sorry. So this would be about 3 to 4 months with you. That gives you that much more time to build that relationship with you. And then they're going to want to continue on with you from there as well. So you really want to try to book those first 4 appointments and get them committed to those first 4. So what I would do was create the urgency by today only. If you purchase a package, you will get buy 2, get 1 for free. And then I would have all the pricing broken down for them. So say, let's make easy numbers. Say we charge $50 per Brazilian. So if you take 50, so they're buying 2, that's $100, but you divide that by 3, it would come out to only $33 per Brazilian. So since I was doing half off their first time, so it was $25, this was helping them get closest to that original pricing and just maximize saving, create that urgency and scarcity. And now I had them committed to their next 3 appointments for a total of 4. So I would only only have that option for new clients. Now, past that, say they didn't want to do it, or something I just always had available was buy 3, get 1 for free. So again, you'd want to have the math broken out for them and show them the benefits of that. So buy 2, get 1 for free for first timers, buy 3, get 1 for free. And then I also had on top of that, buy 9, get 3 for free, which was a total of 12. So that's a whole year's worth of waxing. Or if they paid, and I would allow them to break that up into 3 equal payments, 3 months in a row. So in essence, they were paying for 3 Brazilians month 1, 3 Brazilians month 2, 3 Brazilians month 3, and then they were good for the rest of the year, and they had 9 more Brazilians to use. So that was something I did as well. But if they would pay up front the total for the 9, then I'd give them a 4th one for free. So now they had 13 in total. So that was kind of my incentive to get a lump sum of money. Okay, so now let me back up a little bit here. Why did I even want to have packages available? When you go out on your own for the first time, it was a big shocker to me, and I don't know why I didn't think of this because it seems very apparent and obvious, but you no longer have a paycheck. You're kind of working client to client. So I was like, as fast as money was coming in, I felt like it was going out, because when you first start, there was days where I only had 1 client or maybe 2 or a handful of clients. And then a day would go by, I had none. And then I'd have a whole Saturday booked, and it wasn't super consistent up front. So it was really hard for me to plan out like bills and things like that. So I was asking myself, how can I get like increased cash flow, but also like have kind of a paycheck again? So that's where memberships now come into play. So that's why I always had the packages, and then I started to implement memberships. So what I would do with memberships, and this is just what I did, so you guys can tweak this to fit yourself and your business, but I'm not telling you to do this. It's just what I did and what really worked for me. So I would have memberships available where it was a $99 sign-up fee. So they'd pay $99 to become a member. And then they would have a low monthly fee for whatever service it was that they were signing up for a membership for. So I would have memberships for eyelash extensions, for their fills, not for the full set, but for their fills, for Brazilians, and then for spray tanning. So I would do at least a 20% discount. So if it was $50, then they were saving $10. So on the first or the 15th of the month, depending on when it is that they signed up, they would automatically be charged $40, and they would be given an allowance of 1 Brazilian. Or for eyelash extensions, I think back at this time, because the prices were a lot lower than they are now, I believe it was like $99 for the month, and they got 2 hours worth of fills. So they could break it up into 2 1-hour fills, so what I called a regular fill, or 4 mini fills, which were 30 minutes apiece, or maybe they did 1 regular fill for an hour, 2 minis. They could break it up however they wanted, but they had the allowance of 4 fills. With spray tanning, I believe I charged $99 as well, and they could get 3 spray tans a month and use them as they please. So that actually went over really, really, really well for me. The memberships, people love them. They were already prepaid. You also want to look at your clients. My ideal client's pain point was lack of time, but they really desired to keep up with all their stuff. You have to keep in mind, I was in Newport Beach, California. I feel like the beauty mecca of like the US, maybe that along with like New York or something. I don't know. But the women there really like to keep up on their beauty treatment. So having the membership, it just solved a lot of problems for them, and it solved a lot of problems for me, and it gave them the opportunity to save some money and stay consistent with their services. But what I really loved about it was on the 1st and 15th, now I knew that I was going to have 10 charges coming through, and in essence, I kind of gave myself a paycheck, and then I had my goals to reach. So it's on the 1st, my first goal was to have 10 members, and then on the 15th, 10 members, and then just continue to grow it from there. And then I had some additional benefits to being a member. Any add-on services, they would get 20% off. So say they were signed up as a Brazilian member, they could add on a brow wax for 20% off. They could add on a spray tan and get 20% off, or any service that I offered, they would get 20% off. And then I also did where they got 10% off retail. So any eyelash wash or scrub gloves, exfoliants, ingrown hair serums, body washes, any of that, they would get a discount on that as well. So memberships and packages worked really well for me for helping to build my clientele. It helped them to really stay consistent. A couple little tips that I actually did not implement at first when I first started this. And okay, believe it or not, I actually used to do a lot of this manually because because maybe it wasn't available, or maybe I just wasn't aware of like these automated systems to be able to automatically charge a card. So I would actually send a Venmo request, which is like really embarrassing now, but that's just how I did it and it worked for me. But I highly recommend making sure you have a payment processing system that their card can be on file and it's automatically going to charge. We want to make this as hands-off as possible to make your guys' life easier as well. But with that, you do need to have them sign something that they are authorizing you to charge their card automatically. So make sure you can have a lawyer write this up. I'm sure there's a contract already made that you can purchase online. Or what I personally do is go on Fiverr, I might be pronouncing this wrong, but it's Fiverr. And then I type in contract lawyer, and then you can find someone that's very, very reasonable cost. I got a couple contracts written up personally for my business now that I paid like maybe $50 for. So you want to have that. You also want to have a membership contract as well, so that they know the terms and conditions, if they want to cancel, how they go about doing that. You want everything mapped out. Think of like a gym membership. Okay. We need to make sure we're protecting ourselves, have the contract, and make sure everything's mapped out. On top of that, I think that is all you need. So payment processor, contracts, and that is about it. So if this was valuable to you, let me know. Please share it with anyone that is a solo beauty professional. They do not just need to be waxer for this to help grow their business as well. And then, of course, please make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you next time.